Hi there, Adam Bazalgette, founder of Scratch Golf Academy. Today's subject, how to chip with the hybrid in golf. It's a pretty interesting shot that's come along since the advent of hybrids. Show you some of the situational stuff, when it would be a good choice, and some of the minor adjustments, but important ones that you'll need to make if you're going to have success with it. Briefly, if you're new to the channel, maybe you've watched these videos before but haven't subscribed, would love it if you did. Helps us build momentum here at the channel. Also, if you hit the bell there, you'll be notified every time we got a brand new video coming your way. Okie dokie, this thing is shaped like a little mallet putter, very easy to hit in that sense. Nice flat bottom of it. It has more liveliness coming off the club low than a putter, so it's perfect in a situation. I mean, listen, if you're a novice golfer, I wouldn't necessarily recommend this, but it's perfect in a situation where you need some energy on the ball. You've got a long chip, especially if some of it is across some fairway. This fairway is relatively lush, up a steep bank that's shaven down, getting onto green. In other words, the ball needs a bit of speed and a bit of life. This has more life to it, more energy coming off it even than a 7 or an 8 iron, I would say. So it's a great choice for that. This has 23 degrees of loft versus a putter, though it has a little bit of skip so it doesn't get stuck in the grass. Let's have a look at the technique. Okay, 2 key points. We really want that club level to the ground for at least maybe a foot or so, a point we're going to reiterate throughout this video a little bit. That is critical to hitting this shot well. Next thing, avoid what so many people do, which is they punch at the ball with too much energy. This one's much like the putt, the 1-2 type of rhythm, just a pendulum sort of stroke. Your feel will be better, your contact will be better. We have a free Scratch Golf Academy app. Go to the App Store, has putting tempo trainers, full swing tempo trainer, green reading, all sorts of stuff. You'll love it. I hope you'll pick that up at the App Store. Okay, some adjustments. I would go with a putting grip, and I would do it at the very bottom of the handle. Make this club as short as you can. It's already a little bit too long to be easy to chip with. Next thing, like a putt, I'd let my arms relax, not tuck into me, but rest up against my side. They'll also splay apart a bit. That gets my body controlling the motion more, and again, it gets me closer to the ball, which is a help when you're trying to chip the ball. Next things I would do, I'd recommend a fairly narrow stance. That's certainly not important. I'll talk about a little adjustment you'll make with the alignment of your feet here a little bit later in the video. And in addition, hey listen, you want this club level for a while, a good foot or so where that thing's pretty level to the ground. Very, very important if you're going to have good contact and good feel on this shot. So by all means, get your weight a little bit forward, but don't get your hands forward. You'll start stabbing down. You won't have enough loft, and you won't get the kind of consistent contact with that little bit of skip that you're looking for. So let's have a go. Got my narrow stance, arms are nice and soft, weight's a little bit left. Perfect, nice contact. To me, the single feature that's probably most critical to having success, in other words, making consistent contact with this club, obey the shaft design. This isn't built like a putter or even a little 9 iron choke down or an 8 iron or something like that. If you start to swing it too much this way, your contact will suffer. So we want the club to open and close more, a little bit more like a windshield wiper. It's a flatter shaft. We don't want to overly manipulate it with the hands to do. In fact, we don't want to manipulate it at all. Couple of tips that are going to help you do this. Number one, hey, more or less a putting setup, arms and grip. We've talked about that, but I'm standing a little bit taller. When I stand taller, my pivot becomes more level. It adds that subtle amount of roundness that we're looking for. And number two, you may have noticed on a couple of these shots, I've dropped my right foot. It's not an absolute adjustment. It's not an absolute adjustment. The ball doesn't know where your foot is, but on such a small shot, by dropping that foot a bit, to me, it really helps it just open up and go around me a little bit. Helps me make good contact. One other thing, when you swing a little more rounded on its shaft design, it keeps it lower to the ground more. You don't want to go straight line up and down. Let's have a go, see how we do. Drop the right foot. Maybe a little bit too hard, but a reasonable shot there. Have some fun with this. Add shots to your armory. Helps you get out of some difficult situations. Also add some fun to the game. Well, thanks. I hope that helps you. Play around with this shot. Have some fun with it. Add it to your arsenal, as I said. Help you save some strokes.